That frees a lot of space. Once again, I'm not gonna put anything else in the 160.
We're the only one that we know that have them right now.
All right, so we got the mama of the tank. This is the first time I've ever seen them. They look like a baby Goliath grouper. What is going on, Cuffaros? Welcome back to another video here. Today, we're at Malone's Monsters. It's actually right by Predatory Finch, which is pretty unique, and this place is awesome. Nick has suggested it to me. Nick looked it up online. He's like, hey, Paul, why don't we run to this place real quick? It's open, and let's film a video. So we're here, and it's dope. Like, this place is pretty cool. You can see lots of different species of catfish down there. We got a little hybrid in there, two big albino pacu, little spotted gar, oh my gosh, and then a baby alligator gar. 99% sure, I was sorry to scare you, but I think I'm gonna get that one. There is clown knife and a lot more inside this pond, but I want to come over here and show you guys. Where's that? Can we take that catfish out one more time?
It's called the pure orange cat, better known as the jelly cat. With a few people will see these guys.
This is the first time I've ever seen them. They look like a baby Goliath grouper. Oh my gosh, just get the color on it. Look at that. And the head is like rough, and then you feel the tail or the back side of them, and it's real smooth. It's really cool, honestly. And it's got a big mouth, looks exactly, and you said it eats like a Goliath grouper too, right?
Mouth.
Yeah, look at that. That is awesome. And this is actually your filter. You just got a bunch of water hyacinths. And do you have any media down there? And just bio balls.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And then just overflows into the water. And look how crystal clear it is. Now we got Pleco over there. There is a redtail in here. She's hiding under there. Yep. There it is. Redtail catfish in here as well. So we're gonna start right here with the Pleco tank.
That's the giant white spot pleco you were just looking at right up here, up top. Clown plecos. This is the queen pleco, or I'm sorry, the king Albuquerque pleco. Over here is the queen pleco. We have the white spot peacock pleco right down here next to the candy stripe pleco.
There's just so many of them.
Yeah, there's also a chubby pleco down in here, and we flip this over. There's always a few things hanging down there.
They're all just suction cupped to the wood.
That would be our pleco tank. Over here we have the marbled Acara tiger shovelnose hybrids. We're the only one that we know that have them right now. They're pretty much as rare as you get.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen anything like this in my life.
No, these guys are $45 too. We don't need to gouge you guys on prices because we'd rather share a fish. We're an adoption.
Nick, you might have to get one and just throw it in your tank because I don't have room for one that size, but we'll go with one of these as well.
You have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try. I'm just gonna.
Peacocks are. He said he'll give me 2 for $10.
All right, so I'm gonna gift Nick for his. This is a late birthday because last video it was your birthday. So I'm gonna get him. Yeah. So I'm gonna get Nick 2 peacocks, and then I'll buy this one for myself. But you said you'll grow it out, right? Because I have nowhere to put it. So we'll get one of these as well. But moving on to the next tank here.
The little itty bitty baby redtails.
I love them. Look at them.
We're gonna put little diapers on these guys. They're so small.
I love how the second you pick that up, they just go crazy.
Little freaks.
They're so cute.
They gotta eat today. I was at the beach soccer tournament. We usually feed them 2-3 times a day. They've only eaten once today, so they're probably a little mad at me right now.
Now this is a Payara, right?
Yeah, these guys are the Payaras. Ooh, scary. Ooh.
Yeah.
Here we get some to the front of them.
Like a little vampire.
They have the cavities inside of the top of their head that their teeth slide up into so they could actually close their mouth. If not, they would have their mouth open all day and they would probably suffocate.
As a matter of fact, here's a picture of one of those from a front view. You can see the fangs. It's gnarly.
All right, over here we're moving over to the dragon gobies. These guys have these little itty bitty eyes. It's more of a sensory around them. They won't know I'm coming and don't see me coming, but once they get to right here, they jet. Oh, and he made a liar at me. They feel more of the electric pulse around them, instead of feeling the touch. It's more about that when you get into their little area and their comfort zone, they feel something's there and then they dart off since they don't have any eyes.
Now, this tank is dope. Now this is a fish that I am not familiar with at all. Now what are these exactly called?
Those are called flagtail Lotus. Very beautiful fish.
I was gonna say the colors and design is insane.
This is Elvis. We call this fish Elvis to me. He's always moving, always shaking, got the lines on him. They're very good fish, very great at controlling the school. These guys will herd around the pacus and they'll herd around the silver dollars. to where they'll keep them all on one side, they'll keep the school going back and forth to the tank, and they'll actually herd them to keep them into a school. They're algae eaters, but they're usually the boss of the tank. You know, in our last tank we had a few very big arowanas, tiger shovelnose, redtails, the ripsaw that you see up there, and a lot of those fish. And our big Rocha Lotus actually ruled the tank. He was the boss of everyone.
By the way, how long has it been? 30 minutes that I've...
Yeah.
This guy is so genuine. Like, he is the dopest man I think I've ever met that owns a fish store. Like, honestly, he's so chill. Everything about it, just like, yeah, dude, check this out.
We don't need to sell fish. We don't need to make a bunch of money. The price list says it's on its own. We want to share the fish that we get. If they're exciting fish, they're not usual fish. You can't find them at your pet stores. We do this because we want to share our fish and share the adoption of sending home a family member to you guys.
All right, so we got the mama of the tank. He says this is the mom arowana. When they still have the sack at the smaller size of these babies, he drops them and he feeds them. And this one actually lets everything eat before she eats it herself. So she's the mama of the tank. As you can see, all the babies have grown up now, but super, super cool tank. There's actually some bishers back there, and of course our peacock bass. But speaking about peacocks, over here, you can kind of see my reflection on it, but these are all peacock bass, as well as in this tank right here. So these are about a week and a half old. You said these are about 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks old. They're a week older than those guys.
And then you move on to over here, and then we get back to the bigger ones, which are 3.5 to 4 weeks old, you said?
Yeah, 3.5.
Look at that.
That's just the monster of the whole
Exactly.
250 that we brought in, so that's El Jefe. Big old Rubbermaid in the package.
Yeah, got the fish. Nick, you got it?
Yep.
All right, we got it. Let's go. So as our alligator gar is acclimating, we have our 2 other bags of fish, our little unique marble tiger shovelnose here, and our 3 peacock bass for Nick. So we're gonna go to Nick's house and put these fish in. Boom. There they are in the new 40-gallon aquarium. This is where they will be living, or at least my catfish. These are his peacocks, but my catfish will be until it gets big enough to come home for the 160. And there is our alligator gar. Now that I wanted to introduce a fish that may get big, as well as this is gonna get big and that's gonna get big, I brought the 2 pacu, which I bought at about this size. And now they were about bigger than my palm spread out. I just netted them out and brought them to the outside big pond, as well as our jumper cat that always sat right there. That got big as well. That is freeing a lot of space for this 160, and I'm not gonna add any more fish in here just because the Oscars are big, probably almost about full grown. We got the peacock that will grow, we got the gar that's gonna grow very fast, and we got the arowana that's gonna grow as well. There's our knife fish, which is getting big as well. I just don't have a place for him just yet. I don't wanna put him in the big pond. Thump may take him. Then we also got our tiger shovelnose right here that doesn't move much, but she's fat and she's gonna grow as well. That frees a lot of space. Once again, I'm not gonna put anything else in the 160, but as you can see, fish are happy and they're kicking around. What's going on, little fishes? If you walk out here, you can see 3 pacu now. Well, mine just actually took off into the cave, but there's 3 pacu. Let's take one more step down and get a little closer look. There is the jumper cat chilling down there. Look at Mr. Albino pacu right up here. Let me spook her out. There she is. So there's that pacu. We got the 2 bigger ones right there. Our alligator gar, that's a baby one of the one I just bought, so you can see how big they get. That's about 3 4 months old, which is absolutely ridiculous. There's a red tail down there. We have 2 of those in here. Now before I go inside just yet, I saw this comment right here with that amount of likes, and I said, holy moly, I literally forgot to mention that I did see a crab the other day. So here's that iPhone footage of me finding that one little crab. That is it. And a lot of people said they wouldn't even live. I've seen a few, not many, but I have seen a few, and that's one of them that I just whipped out my iPhone right now and I'm filming it just so we don't miss it. And that is going to do for today's video. Once again, if you haven't done so already, I highly suggest joining the family, hitting that subscribe button, and also after you hit the subscribe button, a little bell will pop up. Click that bell and you'll be notified every time I do upload. Today's positive comment shout out going to Adrina, saying thank you for all your videos. I love them and I follow you on Instagram. See you tomorrow. dope, except for today's that tomorrow because I don't upload tomorrow. Every other day here on this channel. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't done so already, you can follow me on Instagram at Cuffaro, also linked in the description. Stay up